Our romantic getaway turned into a nightmare when my partner and I stumbled upon hidden cameras in our hotel room. The initial excitement of our vacation dissolved into gut-wrenching horror as we realized our most intimate moments had been watched and recorded without our knowledge. The discovery sent shivers down our spines, and paranoia gnawed at our minds. Every innocuous object in the room seemed to hold sinister intent, and the once cozy atmosphere now felt suffocating, as if unseen eyes were still upon us. Confronting hotel management yielded no solace. Instead, we were met with chilling indifference and cryptic denials. It was as if the very walls of the hotel were closing in on us, trapping us in a web of deceit and violation. As the night wore on, sleep eluded us, haunted by the thought of who might have access to the recordings and what sinister purpose they served. The once inviting room became a prison of fear, each shadow concealing potential threats. Even after we checked out, the sense of unease lingered, casting a shadow over our memories of the vacation. The realization that our privacy had been violated by an unseen voyeur sent a chill down our spines, reminding us that sometimes the true horror lies not in the supernatural, but in the depths of human depravity.
In the bustling world of a Washington, D.C. hotel in the 90s, my mother, a Vietnamese refugee, worked as a housekeeper to make ends meet. Despite her limited English, her warmth and diligence endeared her to both staff and high-profile guests like the Backstreet Boys. Then came Mr. M, a mysterious long-term guest in the hotel's most expensive suite. For over a month, Mr. M never allowed anyone to enter his room, always sporting a friendly demeanor and paying generously. The do not disturb sign lingered, and when he seemingly vanished, the manager finally instructed my mom to clean the untended suite. The room resembled a chaotic aftermath of a rave, a stark contrast to Mr. M's seemingly solitary stay. Intrigued and tasked with restoring order, my mother traced an unsettling smell to the closet. Opening a nondescript cardboard box unleashed a horror she could never erase. She found the head of a young woman. Shrieking, she fled the room, collapsing in the elevator. When she awoke, the hotel had transformed into a crime scene. Mr. M was an alias. He used a fake credit card, and the victim, a call girl or prostitute, was gruesomely silenced. The revelation shook my mother to her core. She quit her job the same day.
I used to work in my aunt and uncle's hotel in a Scottish village about 12 years ago, and the freakiest shit that happened to me was one night when I was sleeping in the staff quarters and heard a banging noise from along the corridor. This was about 3 a.m. after most of the staff had gone to bed. I got up to go and tell whoever was coming in late to shut the fuck up so I could go back to sleep, but the corridor was empty. Well lit, I have to add. This is key. So I walked down the end of the corridor to see if it's folk coming up the stairs drunk or whatever. I looked down to see a figure stomping up the stairs. The only way I can describe it is as though a shadow of a person that was solid. There were no features on the face or clothes on its body. Imagine someone in a black morph suit walking along, but you could see things through them. I turned and ran back to my room and shut the door. I could still hear the stomping for some time, and I don't think I got a wink of sleep at all that night. I didn't leave my room until the sun was shining through my window. I asked a few of the other staff if they heard the banging the night before, but nobody else had. And like hell was I going to mention seeing Shadowmen coming up the stairs at 3 a.m.
One night in a hotel with my sister, curiosity got the better of us. We decided to explore the dimly lit halls, wondering what lay behind the staff doors. The clock struck 3 a.m., and mischief whispered in our ears. Entering the supposedly locked weight room, we couldn't resist playing with the equipment, reveling in the thrill of our secret escapade. Just as we prepared to make our hasty exit, a shadowy figure emerged from a dark corner, an employee we hadn't noticed before. Panic surged through us as we rushed out, catching a glimpse of them walking down the stairs. Our adventurous spirits urged us to follow, and with a sense of eerie excitement, we trailed behind. The descent seemed endless as the mysterious employee continued down, leading us to the hotel's basement. However, when we reached the bottom, she had vanished into thin air. The stairs ended abruptly, and there was no conceivable escape route, yet she was gone. A shiver crawled down our spines as we stood in the eerie silence of the basement. Creeped out and unnerved, we decided to take a zigzagging path back to our room, avoiding direct routes to ensure we weren't followed. The encounter left us questioning the reality of what we had just witnessed. Was it a trick of the shadows, a tired mind playing tricks, or something more supernatural? The mystery lingered, casting a shadow over the remainder of our stay in the hotel. A nocturnal adventure that left us with more questions than answers.
Navigating a life of constant travel for work, I've become accustomed to hotel stays, each with its own unique quirks. However, one particular experience in a frequent hotel stands out, leaving an indelible mark on my memory. After an exhaustive day of meetings and deadlines, my sole desire was to surrender to the embrace of a good night's sleep. But as I nestled into bed, an unexpected disturbance shattered the quietude, the persistent noise from the room directly above mine. It was an uncanny sound, reminiscent of furniture being dragged across the floor, as if an invisible hand were fervently rearranging the space. Initially brushing it off as an inconvenience, I attempted to ignore the disconcerting commotion and drift into much-needed repose. Yet, the enigmatic dragging persisted at irregular intervals, each episode stretching into what felt like an eternity. What began as a minor annoyance escalated into a maddening ordeal lasting nearly 2 hours. Frustration reached its peak, prompting me to contact the front desk in hopes of restoring the tranquility necessary for rest. Responding promptly, the hotel dispatched security to investigate the source of the commotion. To my astonishment, the security personnel returned with perplexed expressions, revealing that the room above mine was unoccupied. There was no rational explanation for the relentless noise that disrupted my peace. Faced with the disconcerting reality that the source of the disturbance eluded explanation, I made the reluctant decision to abandon my original room. Relocating to an alternate space, I couldn't shake the lingering unease that clung to me. After that stay, I became terrified of hotels, which is very difficult since my job requires staying at hotels because I travel a lot.